It's that time where we have our last Super Smash Bros. Character to be announced in the DLC. One of the biggest rosters in video game. The only roster I could think of that has a bigger cast of characters is probably Marvel vs. Capcom 2. It's very impressive to see what Super Smash Bros. Has done for the game community. And sure, I know everyone's gonna say like, oh, Melee's the best, Melee's the best. But honestly, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is by far the most ambitious of the series. And obviously, before I tell you why, Sora is the only real person who should be the last person announced on Super Smash Bros. I guess I should tell you a couple other people who should be in the game as the last DLC announcement, because otherwise this video will be over that quick. As far as Pokemon characters go, obviously there's always going to be room for Pokemon. Pokemon is the most successful licensed IP in the world. It's bigger than Harry Potter, it's bigger than the Avengers, it's bigger than Spider-Man. The only thing that's close to being near Pokemon would be Hello Kitty. But this is about video games. And it has to be a celebration of video games because that's what Super Smash Bros. Is. And I'm sure a lot of you want me to bring up Goku and a lot of these other characters. And sure, a lot of them had great video games, dozens even. But they did not come from video games, so we have to think about video games exclusively. And if you want anime characters, okay, we got Tails, a whole bunch of Tails games. We had a bunch of Xenoblade games. We have plenty of anime related games to choose from. A cool one would be Ni no Kuni. He could be like a Pokemon trainer in a weird way where he's summoning his own versions of Pokemon, you know? And then sure, there are a lot of mascots in the fighting game community that we don't have, which is weird because Smash Brothers is a fighting game. However, we have Ryu and Ken from Street Fighters, we have Tekken characters, we have characters from King of Fighters now, and obviously we're not going to get Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat, if you guys don't know, is really, it's looked down upon in Japan. It's way too violent for them. Despite the fact that they have a lot of lewd stuff going on, violence is not too much in their MO outside of the anime community. But if it were to be a fighting character, I think Ryu from Ninja Gaiden or the Dead or Alive franchise would probably be the only character I would say, damn, sure we don't got Sora, but I'm down with this. Ryu is so cool. There are many other fighting characters that I would love to see, or franchises I would like to see be represented in Super Smash Bros. Look at Link. Link was in Soul Calibur. Imagine if we got some Soul Calibur characters. If we really want to talk about championing video game history, look at Virtua Fighter. That was one of the first fighting games to really do it. And one of my favorite series is Guilty Gears. I would love to see Guilty Gears or Blaze Blue characters. In the competition scene, the underground competition scene, when you went to those arcades that unfortunately do not exist anymore other than Dave & Buster's, everybody would circle around Guilty Gear cabinets to watch people play. But unfortunately, they're not as well represented. But neither was Mother at the time, neither was Fire Emblem at the time, but we got those characters. So the possibilities are endless. Gunners, alright? We don't have enough Gunners. We got Bayonetta, we got Snake, but we're missing a lot of big stars in the video game community. We are missing Master Chief, we're missing Doom Guy, and we're missing Lara Croft. And of the three, I feel like it should go to Doom Guy or Lara Croft because they are the earliest Gunners and iconic characters in the video game community. However, I do love Master Chief, and honestly, I would say Halo 2 was the first time I had such a visceral experience in all of video games. So let's break it down, alright? Doom Guy, I think he should be the one to take it, you know?
Isabel needs a mans!
And yes, exactly. And at the same time, Doom Guy has such a great relationship already with Isabel. The game community loves what they got going on together, and if Doom Guy were to be announced, the memes are gonna come back in full force. Everyone's gonna love it. Master Chief, yes, Master Chief is the pinnacle of shooting game icons in all of history, and no one's gonna take that away. I just re-downloaded a mobile Final Fantasy game that I had stopped playing just to unlock Lara Croft. And kid you not, I stayed up till 5 in the morning trying to unlock her. I literally spent 14,000 gil to get Lara Croft. And I definitely want her in the game. But there's only one slot left. And of the three, I think it has to be Doom Guy. I'm sorry. That's the way to go. The last thing we need is a sword character. But I know a lot of you do not like the fact that there are so many Fire Emblem characters in the game. I don't think that's a problem. I think there should be a lot of Fire Emblem characters in the game. My problem is they keep showing the main character that has no personality, okay? Byleth, the character design is awesome, but Byleth doesn't say anything. We got Robin. Robin's a cool character, but Robin really isn't saying anything. They should have brought other Fire Emblem characters.
Frederick!
Frederick would have been a great one. And then we have the waifu favorite, Camilla. She is awesome. She throws axes at you. She flies on a wyvern. She doesn't need to be on it, as we've seen in the Hyrule Warriors version of Fire Emblem. And my personal favorite would be Charlotte. I love Charlotte. And when she turns into a berserker with her big axe and killing people in one shot, she's a total badass, you know? Unfortunately, all the Fire Emblem characters are clones, and we gotta get off the clones, but at this point, for the last roster, it should not be a Fire Emblem character. Okay, so we have a lot of other historical characters in video games that we have not touched, alright? So we've had Banjo-Kazooie, and we had a lot of platformer characters, but we are missing a couple. We are missing Spyro. Spyro could be totally awesome. He flies, he shoots dragons, he gains up power-ups throughout the game and new abilities. He would be a great, perfect character to be shown as the last character for Super Smash Bros. And if he were to be shown, I would not have a problem. And then we got Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank is dope as heck, you know? Like, they have a gun that turns people into chickens. Another platforming star is Rayman. The fact that we haven't got Rayman at all is insane, because I don't think the licensing there should be all that crazy. And Rayman, like many of these other platformer characters, gains crazy power-ups. Like, heck, like he even has a game where he beats up people to the rhythm of music, alright? And that'd be a cool-ass move to use.
He literally throws hands. He can throw hands.
He
throws
literally
his hands.
he throws hands, he uses his ears to fly. His sidekick is John Leguizamo as a little blue toad. Like, it can't get better than that. And if you guys don't know, John Leguizamo was Luigi in the live-action Mario Brothers movie. And now we have a lot of RPG characters that haven't got their due diligence. But don't get me wrong, I think we're doing pretty good on that aspect. So I don't really want to talk about too much about RPG characters, because not only do we have Cloud, we have Sephiroth, we have the hero from Dragon Quest, which is crazy. And on top of that, we have Joker from Persona, which is totally insane. Another big thing is I feel like we need a lot more female protagonists. You know, I mentioned Lara Croft. Sure, we have Bayonetta. Sure, we have Princess Peach. We got Daisy, but she's a clone. She's an echo. But, like, there are a lot of cool other characters that we could use, especially modern ones, like Aloy from Horizon. She would be totally badass, and her skill set would be insane. She, like, plants traps that she could use when people come to her. She has arrows used for everything. They have different elemental abilities. She could pretty much pick up any weapon, and a cool thing that she does in Horizon is that she, like, brainwashes these robotic animals to fight on her side. What if she's capable of doing that in Super Smash Bros.? But the point I'm trying to get at is it has to be Sora. It has to be Sora. Sora, when Kingdom Hearts first came out, Super Smash Bros. Already existed. And since that game came out, I already thought about Sora, how he should be on Super Smash Bros. His skill set is insane, and it complements Super Smash Bros. To the key. His, like, you know, his left B could be Fyra, his down B could be Lightning, his up B could be Arrow, he could have a heal effect. He has so much to choose from. If you want to talk about specialty moves, bro, I don't know anybody in the world who has more specialty moves than Sora. In each rendition in the game, he has a whole new thing going on. In one game, he's able to turn to a neo-black Sora, looking like a shadow, and just, like, destroying you. Another one, you know, he's in Valor form. Another one, he's controlling two keys at the same time, throwing them at you and wielding them without even touching his hands. Sora has the best skill set for Super Smash Bros., period. And it could be used in a variety of ways. And plus, he has Flowmation. He moves in a weird way. It's not like it doesn't exist in the game. Look at Ness, look at Lucas. The way they move is very much in harmony with Flowmation. Sora is a total badass. But here is the problem. We have Disney is the problem. And Disney does not like using their characters in violent video games. And yeah, they contradicted themselves a couple times. For example, they contradicted not hiring Johnny Depp again, yet they use his character on Sea of Thieves. It's a pirate game. There's violence in it, you know? If we look beyond that, from the simple little thing we got going on here, Sora's weapon of choice is a Keyblade, and in that Keyblade, he has a little keychain with the Mickey Mouse ears. That's going to be a big problem for Disney, and I do not want that retcon for Super Smash Bros. Square Enix tried to use Sora for Dissidia, Final Fantasy Dissidia. It's a fighting game, and the point of the fighting game is darkness is taking over, so they're trying to get the Warriors of Light to fight the Warriors of Darkness. Sora was supposed to be the protagonist for that game. Sora was supposed to be in Dissidia. He was supposed to be one of the stars of Dissidia. He was made, and unfortunately Disney retconned that because they did not want him to be in a violent video game. Why can't we have Sora? Tell me, like, a good reason why we can't have Sora if you're not using him for anything else. It's really rare to find any Kingdom Hearts memorabilia at Disneyland, any Disney store. Sure, we had a couple pins here and there that they threw us. One day, they had Donald Duck as Mage Donald Duck as a custom character at Disneyland before. Once they put banners on the Disney Castle for one day. So we had 2 days where they represented Kingdom Hearts. But why are they not allowing us to have these characters in Super Smash Brothers? It's unfortunate, and we need to work on that. People are starting to say that Square Enix is starting to be the fan favorite of Nintendo. But this only happened recently. Sure, we had Cloud, and from there on, we had no really other Square Enix characters until this recent rendition of Smash Ultimate. Now we have the hero, and now we have Sephiroth. I'm sorry to say this, Square Enix has more memorable characters than most companies have. More than Xbox, Microsoft as a whole. Look at 2B, everyone loves 2B. I would love to see 2B. Look at the Bouncer. There's been a lot of talks about people wanting to see the Bouncer on Super Smash Bros. Square Enix is full of hot IP. Tomb Raider would just be another Square Enix character. You can't hate the player, hate the game, okay? But I don't know how you feel. Who do you guys want to see in Super Smash Bros? It has to be Sora. It really has to be, because he is one of the epitome of video game greatnesses. We've seen concerts, we've seen orchestras have tours across the world. We see merch everywhere, from Hot Topic to Zoomies to GameStop to Amazon. There's bootleg Keyblades you can buy all over the place. I know I bought a couple. Memorabilia is crazy. I have a set of 5 Keyblades that are worth like $500,000 at this point, you know? So it has to be Sora. He needs to be celebrated, he needs to be champion, and he needs to receive that beautiful invitation with that red wax stamp. But those are my thoughts on that. Let me know what you think.